Not every hero wears a cape. Sometimes, they ride into our lives on roaring motorcycles. And sometimes, the smallest act of kindness can silence the loudest cruelty. Today, on HQ Infinite Stories, let me share with you a tale of courage, compassion, and an ending no one in Maplewood Diner ever forgot. Asterisk. The morning sun shimmered against the chrome trim of the Maplewood Diner, a place usually filled with the warmth of butter, syrup, and laughter. But that morning, the light wasn't enough to chase away the shadows of cruelty. By the window sat a girl named Clara, her wheelchair pulled up to a booth. A plate of pancakes rested in front of her more than just breakfast. It was her shield against a world that often judged her before knowing her. Clara carried herself with quiet dignity, but her trembling hands revealed the storm she felt inside. At the booth beside her, a group of boys smirked and whispered. Their laughter grew sharper, crueler, until one of them crossed a line no one should ever cross. He slapped Clara's plate to the ground, pancakes scattering across the floor, while another shoved her wheelchair back with mockery in his eyes. The diner froze. Dishes clattered, but the boys' laughter was louder. Clara's eyes filled with tears she fought so hard to hide. Humiliation burned hotter than pain. Some people looked away. Some shook their heads, but no one spoke up. Clara bent down, trying to gather what was left of her meal with shaky hands, desperate not to cry. That's when a gentle hand reached down, steady, kind. An older man, silver hair at his temples, placed the plate back on the table. "Don't mind them," he whispered. It was a small flame of kindness in a room clouded with silence. But still, Clara felt exposed. Crushed beneath the weight of ridicule, she closed her eyes and prayed the nightmare would pass. Asterisk. An hour later, something happened that no one could have predicted. At first, it was a distant rumble, like thunder rolling in from the horizon. Then, it grew louder, stronger, until dozens of motorcycles pulled into the diner's parking lot, chrome flashing under the sun. The engines quieted, but the air inside filled with tension. On their jackets blazed a name everyone knew: the Hells Angels, the Bullies, who only moments ago laughed with arrogance, paled instantly. Their smirks vanished. The door creaked open. Boots thudded against the tile. A tall man with a heavy beard and eyes sharp as steel stepped inside, followed by more riders until the room seemed smaller. His gaze swept the diner, stopping on Clara. In that moment, without a single word, he seemed to understand everything. He knelt beside her, and for the first time that morning, Clara didn't feel small. She felt safe. The man's name was Roar. He turned his head toward the Bullies. His voice was low, steady, but it carried the weight of thunder. Clara couldn't catch the words, but she didn't need to. The shame on the boys' faces said it all. One by one, their bravado crumbled. They stumbled out of the booth and hurried toward the door, their heads bowed, avoiding every gaze. Outside, the line of motorcycles formed an iron wall, ensuring the boys left without pride or power. Asterisk. Roar wasn't finished. He called the waitress over, laid a large bill on the table, and told her to bring Clara anything she wanted: pancakes, milkshake, pie, or the whole menu if she pleased. Then he turned to Clara, his words firm yet gentle. She was stronger than any coward who had tried to break her. And then came the gesture no one would forget. Roar slipped off his own leather vest, heavy with patches and history, and placed it gently across Clara's shoulders. "Your family now," he said. Tears streamed down Clara's face, not of humiliation, but of gratitude. That morning, cruelty tried to crush her spirit, but kindness and courage lifted her higher than she had ever imagined. The diner erupted in quiet applause. Some wiped their eyes. The waitress hugged Clara, promising she'd never feel invisible in that diner again. For the first time in a long time, Clara felt hope. She realized that while cruelty exists, so do protectors, sometimes strangers who step in to rewrite the ending of our stories. Asterisk. If this story touched your heart, remember, kindness is stronger than hate. And even in the unlikeliest places, compassion can shine through. So, take a moment to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to HQ Infinite Stories for more powerful tales that inspire, heal, and remind us of the goodness still in the world. And before you go, let me ask you this: if you had been inside that diner, what would you have done? Share your answer in the comments. Your words might just inspire someone else to choose courage when it matters most.